Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about changes on Royal Caribbean.
All right, so lots of stuff coming up here. It's a fluid situation, and all of the cruise companies are looking at what are some things that they can do to keep us all safe when we're on the boats. So one of the things that Royal Caribbean is looking at doing, and this is the first we've heard of it, is that they're looking at shutting down their Windjammer buffet, which is huge.
Yeah.
A lot of people eat here, especially if you're on with your kids. A lot of kids love eating at the buffet because it's easy to find something to give to them. So this is going to be a huge adjustment, but it's not going to be gone forever.
Yeah. Well, we'll just have to see what they decide to do. It is the easiest thing for them to take away and give them some, some method of making things a little bit more safe and a little bit more sanitary, because it is probably the worst place on the ship for germs and such. So not really surprised by this, and I don't really think it'll affect that many people once you get used to the fact that you're just going to have to change your time schedules a little bit and allow a little bit more time for your meals. Yeah. And they probably will come up with some other restaurants that are going to be a little bit faster service than the main dining room, because I think that's the main issue people have going to the dining room, is that I don't want to take an hour and a half.
Right.
And with kids, that I understand that. So
definitely.
Maybe there's a possibility they'll bring back room service for free, which would help with some of that, because a lot of parents just want to get their kids some food, and then maybe they go to the dining room on their own, so they can order their kids some room service, let them watch TV, go play, whatever. Yeah. And then they're going
that makes
to
sense.
the dining room.
Yeah, so it's, it's going to be a change, but it's, it's just adjustments, because we're all adjusting in this new culture. The next thing is, of course, there will be even more hand sanitizing stations. I mean, there are already a lot, and you already get hosed down quite a bit, embarking and disembarking and all kinds of stuff before you go into the dining room. So they're going to be even more vigilant about that.
Yeah, and that's another good thing, because that's just something that needs to happen, and it's going to make everybody safe and happy for the most part.
And there's talk of, it looks like once they get started back up, they're looking at 3 to 5 ships to start with, and it's going to be just the Caribbean destinations at this time. So they're going to be a little bit shorter cruises, 4 to 7 day. They're not going to be doing longer cruises just yet, just short ones to short locations.
Well, there's a couple things with this that make sense. The first is that they're not going to be venturing too far away.
Correct.
So if people needed to get back home, it's not like they've taken you from New York to Australia and then everyone has to fly back around the world, which has been a problem for some of these around the world cruise ships. Yeah. And then the other difficult thing is finding a country that will guarantee them that they can dock.
Correct. Yes, that's the big one right now.
Some of the larger countries that maybe cruise ports aren't that big of a percentage of their GDP, maybe they're going to be a little more cautious. But if you're a smaller nation and cruising is a lot of your livelihood, they're probably going to open up and need that money to be flowing in quicker. So it makes sense to target those countries.
Yeah, and when they do start back up, you're also not going to see fully packed cruise ships anymore. Not for a while. We're looking at 50 to 60% max of their full capacity.
Which is fine with me. Most of the cruises we've been on have been 50%.
Yes.
Because
we usually go at off times.
We don't normally go in the summer because we can go whenever we want, and we just choose to go in September, October, December, February, and they're pretty empty. The last cruise we were on, I'm sure it was less than 50%.
It was
max,
and it was 21 days.
Yeah, but that was in November.
Yeah.
So it was, that's great though. It's perfect.
Yeah. And then the last thing that we're looking at changes from Royal Caribbean is they've already looked at their shore excursions, and they're also going to be reducing the number of people that can go on shore excursions. So, either DIY shore excursions or really taking a hard look at what you really want to do somewhere is going to come into play here.
So the main thing that tells me is that shore excursion prices are going to go up.
Yes,
because the operators are going to want to make the same amount of money and or close to it as they can. Prices are going to go up for that privilege. So you're going to want to do a lot of this stuff on your own. Luckily on this channel we have reviews of lots of ports, and you can watch those and figure out. We mostly always do them on our own, so go back, click some of those, and see some great places to do things on your own.
Yeah, so hopefully this video will help you out to kind of keep up to date on what Royal Caribbean is doing and what changes they have coming. Don't forget, guys, subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this about cruising and cruise ports. Give us a like on this video and leave us a comment on where you're looking at heading with Royal Caribbean.